Hey guys, and welcome back. Today we are going to take a look at everybody's favorite Drizzt. We have got the Drizzt and Guenhwyvar pack from Hasbro. We're going to take a look at this, and the thing I don't like about it is that it comes taped and everything. You can't see the figure, but this is actually just a sleeve, so you can pull that up. But you gotta cut off the tape first, which is kind of a bummer. But the thing I do like about this sleeve box here is that it's got this nice little engraving on the back, and I think that is just really, really nice. That silhouette engraving on there is just really nice. And if we take a look at, I already cut the tape because I already tried doing a video, but my phone died. So that is what we got an engraving of on the back, and that is just magnificent right there. That's just a great piece of artwork and everything. So let's go ahead and turn this bad boy around, and we can see our figures on the inside here. And I love this because, I mean, we don't get a lot of Dungeons and Dragons things outside of like minis and dice and books and campaigns and blah blah blah. But you know, like, this is great, like, especially because it's everybody's favorite Drizzt. It's everybody's favorite Guenhwyvar, you know? Like, I mean, like, this is just great. And then the addition of having the Icewind Dale D20 in there, that is great. And it is a big D20. So if anybody, you know, actually plays and is looking for a really good D20, that Icewind Dale set is a really nice set. And this die here, like, I'm not sure if that's actually the same die from the Icewind Dale set or if it's made specifically for this set, but they did say that it is the Icewind Dale D20. Here it has a list of what comes in it. You know, we got 2 figures, 10 accessories, 6 cards, and an Icewind Dale die. And let's be honest, anytime we do anything with D&D, you gotta include a die, a D20 or a D6 or a D8, whatever it is. Like, you know, most commonly we end up with a lot of D20s. But let's go ahead and remove that and just take a quick look. In the packaging, we've got 2 head sculpts for Drizzt, and we've got that serious skull, like, you know, kind of like face there, scorny face, and then we've got just like kind of a more melancholy face and everything. Only thing I don't like, but I do actually love, is the way that it has like the hair going outwards with like that, you know, skull face and everything. Like, you know, I don't like, I wish like we could have had like just like that flat down hair or something, but I mean, that does work in the sense that you're probably going to pose him with the mean mug face with his scimitars out and everything. And I mean, you can kind of pose him to where he's like on like a quick turn or something, and like that would work perfectly. And then I love how we have a Guenhwyvar. I mean, like, you know, you cannot have Drizzt without Guenhwyvar, so like this pack is amazing. I'm just concerned because a lot of the Hasbros I've looked at and have owned and everything else, like, are a little bit on the cheaper side. I'm hoping with this being like an exclusive, you had to order it from the site, blah blah blah. I'm hoping it's a higher quality figure. So we're gonna crack it open and take a look, and look at that Black Onyx figurine right there. That is so great. Like, just the attention to detail on like the lore and everything else. Like, I mean, like, just right there. Let's go ahead and pull these guys out and take a look, because I'm excited. Alright guys, right out of the box, we have got, in our backing here, we've got Drizzt, we have got Guenhwyvar, we've got some of these accessories, we've got our die, and these things are not held together by any kind of random, like, you know, tie-ins or anything like that, so you can pull them right out. Drizzt cape, like, is actually really cool. And if you can see down here, let's see if we can get a look here. We've got 2 sheaths for his scimitars, and oh my god, I love that little, like, he's actually got sheaths for it. That is just great and immaculate, and it doesn't even look like we got any tape. Like, it's just a lot of like through the box, like, for all these accessories, and that is just amazing. And And then we have this backdrop here, and I can't tell what part of Icewind Dale this is supposed to be, if it's supposed to be like Caer Konig, or if it's supposed to be like Bryn Shander, or what. But like, it's got to be one of the 10 towns for sure. But that is still a really nice drop piece and everything, and we'll definitely be setting our figures up to take a look at that. Only thing I did not like about this box, being like an avid collector myself and everything, it was kind of hard to get this box open without actually tearing it. And like I love being able to like repackage my figures and everything, like if I don't plan on like setting them up and everything. And like, it is a really nice box, but it's almost like too nice, because like those things really did not want to come out, and I was so afraid I was about to like rip it trying to open it up to show you guys. Because honestly, like most of the time that I do unboxing videos, especially on like some kind of like special collector thing, like I usually just, you know, show them off, like do a little review on them, let you guys see them, and then I usually package them back up, put them back in the box. And I was afraid I was going to lose the box there. But just be weary of that and careful of that. It does open from the bottom, and it does not open from the top. So, you know, don't try to like, if you pick up this, like just remember that. Bottom, not top. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these guys out, and be right back with you in just a sec. Alright, we have got our favorite Drizzt right out of the box there. We just put his scimitars in his hands with their cool little effects that they have. We've got Guenhwyvar over here. We've got our Icewind Dale D20, and it is a hunky thing. The 20 on it is the Dungeons & Dragons symbol, and I have rolled it a couple times because, you know, I mean, like, how are you going to pull out die and not roll it? Let's be honest here. We've got the Onyx figurine to summon Guenhwyvar from the astral plane, and that is really nice, and the shine on that is magnificent. And then we have got an extra set of hands, one that is more open, which I'm assuming is to hold that figurine in Drizzt's hand. And then we've got a closed fist. Our extra head sculpt right here. Those drow ears, that drow mane, those lavender eyes. And then we do have also his symbol. Really great. I do love this figure. Now these scimitars, the effects on them, actually, hold on. Let me do this real quick here. We have got a 6-inch figure. That's where we're at. We are pretty much exactly spot on to that 6-inch mark. So then Guenhwyvar, just standing up, stands up about 3 inches. But, well, let's go ahead and show you guys this, because I have not set up the tail. See if we want to get a little bit of, you want to focus here. There we go. As you can see, it has just, you know, little kind of 2-pronged stud to insert right there into the bupkis. Let's go ahead and see if we can get the flash on, and you can see it literally goes right there. So let's go ahead and plug that in, and we'll be right back in a second. All right. If my lighting is off, I would love for you guys to give me some feedback here, because I've been working around with different lights. I have like 2 or 3 of these now, and I've been trying to figure out how the best way to actually use them is. So any feedback anybody has for me, feel free to comment, message, whatever. Let's go ahead and, well, let's put her back there. We have got total of about 8 inches in length from the end of the tail to the head. Really, really nice figure here. The only thing I don't like, let me see if I can set us up to, bear with me. We're gonna, where are we at? Where's our figure? There we are. Okay. All right. Weird using a stand, not used to it. But so what we have got here is a knocked over Drizzt, but we have got jaw articulation, so you can have that snarl, you can have, you know, kind of a closed. Then we do have right at the head and the neck there articulation, and it feels like it's on an actual ball joint, so you got like pretty much whatever you want to do with that. And then at the neck to the body, you've got a really nice articulation. And then I guess waist, you've got good articulation there too. And then the tail, you've seen how it plugs in and everything, kind of goes up and down. You can kind of twist it around to like put it where you like, kind of how you want it a little bit. And then on the leg joints itself, you can go outward, like, you know, open them up, like, you know, spread eagle and stuff. You are restricted a little bit there from the fact that, you know, cat-like, you can't really, but you can get a good base of articulation for what you're trying to do. And then you do have that like kind of like elbow joint, like, I don't know, it's a cat, like I'm going with elbow though. You've got that elbow knee joint, whatever you want to call it, and you've got that your standard up and down articulation plus your twist. And then you do have on the paws that ankle articulation as well, that you can do pretty much what you want with that and everything. So it is very nice. My main concern with it being Hasbro was like that cheaper material feel. Definitely still has that cheaper material feel, and I don't like that, but I didn't really expect more than that from Hasbro. I do like some of what they do, because some of the detail on this is actually quite good, and it's actually a lot better than like some of the Hasbro figures you'll pick up from like the store and everything. So I'm not complaining about this figure whatsoever, and neither Drizzt. I like Drizzt as well and everything. The only issue I had with him, what, that feels a little bit loose there. That wrist joint does feel a little bit loose on mine. I'm gonna pop it off and see if we can, like, you know, if maybe it is just loose or something. Because this one feels relatively tight and everything. I hope that's just not. I hope that's just something that's not pushed in all the way, or because that would be a bummer. He does look immaculate. The thing I had an issue with was pulling him out of the packaging with his, like, you know, cape, like being out here, as well as his scimitar sheaths and everything. It was a little bit hard with any kind of, like, you know, cape through the plastic, kind of a little bit of a pain to try to pull him out of there and everything. You feel like you want to like cut that plastic open just a little bit just to help it out. This wrist is really gonna annoy me. So let's go ahead, pull the scimitar off, because that wrist is annoying me. With his hand here, it did come a little bit too closed to really like get that scimitar in, but it is very malleable to where you can like pull it up, where he's still going to hold it, but he is going, like, you know, you do want to pull those fingers back a little bit to fit that in there, and those fingers will, you know, kind of close back around to where like they were and everything. And then like I don't like the way that the thumb looks here. I'm not sure if we can get a good look at that, but the thumb looks a little bit, you know, like in and everything, versus like going to where like he's gonna like wrap his hand around that hilt and everything. He looks like he's got like, he's trying to hold him like this, you know. Like I don't know, just a little nitpick. But let's go ahead and move on to these scimitars here before we get into the figure himself, because these, I thought this was really cool and everything, like the whole little like magical effect and everything. I love this, and the fact that like they are essentially just sheaths on the scimitar. Like you just slide that scimitar right up in there. That's just a great effect and everything, and you can see with the light hitting it, you can still see the blade through it, and like that is a really nice effect that they did with that. I mean, I wish a lot more figures would do this kind of thing, so you could have your standard sword, scimitar, weapon, whatever, and then have like a sheath attachment for like your fire damage, your like, you know, flaming blade or whatever, you know, your flaming blade can't be on fire all the time. Come on, let's be honest here, you know. And then like this could open up to like even like with like NECAs and stuff, like where you have like your Jasons and stuff, get your machete, like have something like this that your cat's like a blood splatter effect. Like that would be really cool to set up a diorama with, where like he's like swinging that and it has like a blood splatter coming. Like that would just be awesome. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you know. So let's take a look, because we do actually have two separate scimitars. And I think this is really nice and everything, because anybody that's actually read the books, last I seen, I'm not all the way through the books. I read the first trilogy and I'm just starting the Icewind Dale trilogy. But last I knew, he had a regular scimitar and then like, you know, more like decorative scimitar and everything. So like he's got this one here, this little jewel at the back. Pretty nice. And then he's got this one. Again, we've got, you know, the same sheath. Good. Anyway, so then we've got this with like the blue on it. Try to get this more in focus here so we can see. Let's be honest, this is what we care about, is that attention to detail here. I don't like how it's got that kind of, come on, stay focused. It's got kind of that like leftover, like you kind of pulled it off something, you know. So let's do a side by side with these blades. Come on, focus. There we go. Okay. As you can see, we do have two different scimitars here, so that is a great attention to detail. The hilts are different, the handles are different, the blades themselves are different, and they're different colors, as you can see. Like, you know, they did not just give us two basic scimitars and we're like, here's a Drizzt with scimitars. Like, you know, like they really paid attention to the lore of things, you know? And like that's the thing that I really like about this figure itself. And then we do have two separate different sheaths as well with him. We've got more of a black one and more of like a bronzy gold one. So that is really nice as well. Nice attention to detail. Like that's the thing that gets me about this, is the attention to detail. Like, I mean, like you cannot just go all, like, I mean, like we've all seen, like, you know, what happens when people neglect the fandom, the details, and like are just like, oh, moneymaker right here. I mean, like we've all seen Dragon Ball Evolution and we will not talk about that. Like, you know, it's great to see like people actually take the time to research and everything. You know, we've got Maliki's like emblem and everything like for him, like, you know, like this is obviously post Ranger. I mean, obviously this is after he makes it to Icewind Dale, because we've got 10 Towns backdrop. Like, you know, this is just great and I love it. It is really good. So for the head articulation here, it is not the best head sculpt to test articulation. I do like that, and I do like you can take that off. That is great. I'm actually going to put this symbol on him and leave that off of him while we do this. Ooh. Not bad. All right, so might take some messing around to figure out how to put Maliki's emblem right there on him perfectly the way you want it. But as far as head articulation, as you've seen, he was on a ball joint, so it does give you that range. It's just, I'm going to take Maliki's symbol off there because that's kind of cutting some of the range that we got. What just happened there? That is interesting. So our neck piece is actually two separate ball joints. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because that just made it harder to take this off and put that other head back on. So as you can see, we have got ball joint in there. And as you've seen, when we took off the first head, this part stayed in there and was a ball joint as well. Interesting. I've never had a neck piece that comes off like that. But that gives us even better articulation if you can work around his hair, because his hair is kind of stiff on him. Anyway, let's move on with articulation. Can you remove this? Ooh, you can even scooch that armor back a little bit so you can get that little extra range of play. I like that. So we have got our full shoulder articulation, and that armor there, that shoulder piece moves up and down a little bit and everything to give you that leeway so you can put that on top of his other armor or whatever, so you can really mess around with it. Plus we have got that upper arm twist. Let's see, do we have another twist here? Nope, just that upper arm twist and that wrist twist. But then we've got, that is actually perfect for this figure though. Okay, I like that. I like what they did there. So this little shoulder piece is its own independent joint and everything. So normally you see that twist at the elbow there. Like they got this one up here. Like I like that for this figure. But we do have a double joint at the elbow, so you can really mess around with him, do what you want with him. Let's see, we've got abdomen, and that's a double joint as well, isn't it? Yeah, that's nice. So that abdomen, you can bend it here, you can bend it there at the waist. Oh, we're not even in frame. Sorry, still getting used to this. We have got bend here, and we've got bend here, which I like that, because that really gives us that range to do what we want with it. It does seem that we don't have a waist twist, which is a, no, we do have a waist twist. There we go. Okay. It's just underneath like all of his armor and stuff. It's a little bit hard to really position him around. But then we've got that upper thigh twist on the leg. And then again, we've got double knee joint. Very nice. And then let's see, we definitely got joints in the foot, and it is a ball foot. So you definitely got that play with that foot there. That is nice. Definitely one of the better figures I have by Hasbro. And the detail on him is really great too. Like the paint job, I'm not seeing too much that I'm actually having an issue with right here. And then like his Under Armour here, he definitely has a lot of detail going on there too. The paint job doesn't seem super choppy like some of their more mass-produced figures. I definitely think this is a step up from what they normally do, but he still does have that more cheap feel to him. Not like in a super bad sense or anything, not like really bad like early like Mattels and stuff like that, but like he definitely does, he's not as sturdy, as durable as like, you know, like a NECA, or like you know, like a nowadays NECA, not like an early NECA, but like a nowadays. Like, you know, because let's be honest, some of those early NECAs were very cheap and brittle. I do actually really like this. Now let's take a quick look for detail. See if anybody has anything they want to point out. We've got those scabbards there, and those are hung onto these hooks here, which is really nice. See if we can. I do really like this figure, and I think he is pretty great. The only thing I'm not liking is that head, like I said. Trying to pull this out is gonna be the rest of my evening, I think. I don't like. I want to swap the heads. We'll be right back. I want to show you guys what I just found out too, trying to take that neck out. You guys ever want to see Jarlaxle or make a Jarlaxle? His hair comes off. That is an interesting little feature there. And now as you can see, it has an indent there and an indent in the back for it to slide into, and it was not glued down. So you definitely can take the hair off and make yourself a Jarlaxle, because if you really wanted to, you know, 3D print yourself off a really big brim hat, go big hat Logan on him, you know, and like get that big bird feather in there. You can do it up. This is actually really nice. I do like that. So there's our neck piece. It made it a lot easier being able to take that hair off. So one thing I want to show you guys real quick before we wrap up this video is that it said it came with cards. I was unsure about what it meant by cards, because let's be honest, McFarlane comes with cards and I don't think any of us really give a crap about those cards. So I was kind of like, whatever. But I seen these and I thought these were really cool. Now it's got these cards here with these notes on it. And I can't tell, I'm not an expert, I'm a nerd, but I'm not that far down the rabbit hole to be able to tell you if this is Elvish, if this is Drow language, if this is, like, what kind, like, it might be Dwarven, who knows? You know, let me know, because I am curious. But all these cards have this writing on the back, and I love that. And then all these cards have people on them. So I'm wondering if these are like, because I'm imagining that is like Bigoron or something. Not too sure about that one. But these cards are kind of nice. They are kind of flimsy for being cards, but it's a nice beholder. Reminds me of fighting against whatchamacallit, a Carkessel in Neverwinter. And that's your cards. I do really like this. I don't like how thin they are. They are very papery, but more like a wax paper kind of paper, not like a, you know, paper. But yeah, so be right back. I'm gonna pose these, and I'm trying to keep this video shorter, but we are running long, and I apologize. Anyway, there you have it, you guys. We have got our Drizzt and our Guenhwyvar safe at home in the 10 towns. I do really like this set. One thing I was noticing when I was playing around with it, and I'm sorry that we've ran really long because I got excited and I was playing around during this review, but this cloak of his makes it hard to really do something with those heads. And I mean, let's be honest, he doesn't look entirely right without that cloak. But as you can see, we have got his swords in his scabbards, his scimitars, swords, you know, big long pointy stabby things. But they do fit in there, and that is nice. So there is our Drizzt. That cursed Drizzt. Any questions or anything I missed or anything you want me to go over, go ahead and give me a shout out. In the meantime, we've got a 9. Not good, but you guys enjoy.